Yo, what's going on guys? Obie here, back with another YouTube video. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to improve your piece control in Fortnite. And hopefully I'll be able to help you whether you're just starting out or you kind of know what you're doing. But before I hop into the video, make sure to use supporter creator code Obie in the Fortnite item shop. It helps me a ton and I would really appreciate it. And I'm also announcing the 2 winners of my giveaway in my last video on Saturday. So you have until this Saturday to enter that giveaway in my last video. So go check out my last video after this one if you want to enter the giveaway for 2,000 V-Bucks. Let's hop right into the video. Alright, so from my experience with learning piece control, there are 3 different things I needed to realize or work on in order to get better at it and actually implement it into my playstyle. And those 3 things were my keybinds, learning different movesets, and learning how to predict other players' movements. I'm going to be covering those 3 things in this video. Make sure to watch it all the way through so you don't miss anything. Alright, so for the keybinds, I'm going to go into my settings. And one thing before I start explaining my keybinds, if you already have good keybinds and you're not looking to switch any, then you could skip past this part, but this is for people who are kind of new. But if you can't complete any of the movesets that I'm going to show later in the video, then there's a chance that your keybinds are the reason for why you can't do those moves. And that was the same problem for me. So jumping into my settings, I click down on the left stick to edit because I do not play claw. So if you play claw, you'll have different settings than I do, but this is for people who either play straight up or they play with paddles. Now I play with 2 paddles on the back of my controller and I use a strike pack. They're about 30 bucks at Walmart or Amazon. You could just order them, it's really cheap and I think they're way better than scuff controllers. So if you can't play claw, then I would highly recommend that you get these paddles, because you're going to need to play on these type of keybinds in order to do these movesets as quickly and consistent as you want to. And by movesets, I mean being able to piece control people. And the reason these keybinds are so good is because I never have to take my thumbs off the analog sticks to click any buttons. So I click down on the left stick to edit, which take none of my thumbs off the analog sticks. I click down on the right stick to switch my mode to build mode, which for a lot of people, if you don't play claw or you don't have paddles, you have to press B to do. And then you're probably wondering how I crouch. I actually crouch with my back right paddle. And if you're switching your keybinds for the first time, I would definitely recommend that you put your switch mode on your back right paddle and keep your crouch button down on the right stick. But I was struggling way too much with that and I couldn't adapt to it. So my advice for you is that find keybinds that work for you, but also make sure that you're not taking your thumbs off the analog sticks to click any buttons, because the more times you have to take your thumb off the analog stick, the more your crosshair placement is going to be all over the place and you're gonna be over editing and you probably won't be able to aim as well either. So the other ones aren't that important, but you can copy them if you want. Now we move over to creative, where I talk about how you can practice different movesets and you can actually implement it into your playstyle. Alright, I've been talking about movesets a lot in this video, and by movesets I mean like different piece control moves that you do to get your opponent trapped. As in like throwing a wall, editing through, and boxing them in. Or if they're down low, you can like double edit, do like a stare and bop them like that. So that's what I mean by movesets, and those are things you're gonna definitely want to get good at doing and consistent at. So every day in creative, you should just be learning different movesets, perfecting them, and getting extremely comfortable with doing them in a game. If you're a beginner, then I recommend just working on doing something like this: wall, edit through, wall, edit through, wall, edit through, and just keep doing that. Just keep going around in circles, editing through. You can like even make your character slower and do it slow if you have to, because even sometimes I mess up. Just take it slow, work off momentum. If you think you're getting better at it, then you can speed it up. But if not, then you can just keep doing it slow until you get more of the hang of it. And eventually you'll get it. Moving on to the next moveset is, let's say you're in a box and you have somebody pickaxing from the outside. If they're far enough to where you can put a stair and they'll be behind it and they won't be phasing through it, then do that. But if they're standing right up on the wall or like too close to where you can't put a stair, then what you definitely want to do is edit a window and try to box them in real fast. For this, that's even hard for me to do because I'm on console with 60 FPS. But if you're on PC or on the next gen console, it might be a little easier to do. But that's definitely one thing you want to do, because in arena lobbies, that's what I get hit with a lot. And if you're curious on how people counter that, then really what they do is come up here and pickaxe instead, or they'll already put a cone there so they can't take it, or they'll put a cone there and then pickaxe. There's a lot of ways to counter that, but if they're just being dumb like that, then that's definitely what you want to do. Just box them up like that. A third moveset you could do is if you're on height and there's somebody building up to you, is you want to throw floors and cones down like this everywhere around you. So wherever you think they're going to come up, that's where you just throw a floor and a cone down, and then you can just double edit through, pop them real quick, reset. And when you're first learning that, you want to exaggerate it, especially if you're in creative. Just throw them all down everywhere, because eventually you'll start learning where they're going to be, and you won't have to guess, you'll just kind of know more. But if you're just starting out, then just throw them everywhere and edit through them. And the final moveset that gets a lot of people that I've realized, especially in creative, is when you're building up to somebody else, like this. Didn't even do that. You're building up to somebody like this. You're fortifying your stair, but then you edit this and edit through and box them or get them like that, however they're coming up. But if you're both going up, going for height like this, a really good way to get a quick shot off is doing this and popping them wherever they are. A good chance they will not be expecting that, because they know you're trying to get height. They aren't expecting for you to take a shot. And doing that fast can 100% get a free shot off on them a lot of the times. And the final way to improve your piece control is learning how to predict your opponents. And the best way to predict your opponent at first is to guess. So like I was talking about earlier with the cones, with the movesets, you kind of just want to guess where they're going to be and place them down wherever until you get more of a hang of where they're going to be already. Another scenario where you would guess is if they're in their box and they're healing up, or you're just being aggressive at their box, and you go for their wall once, and they're in here, and you go for their wall once, you don't get it, but they place a stair like this. There's a few things that they can do. They can go out any of these walls, or they can go out up top. So if they're like that and you're out here, you have to think about what they're gonna do as soon as they place that stair. So when they place that stair, what I would do is place a stair here and a wall here, because if they double it out, they're gonna get blocked. If they don't do that, or I don't think they're gonna do that, then what I'll do is place a wall over here just so I can get it before them and box them in, because they'll think that that's their wall when they come out of here. If they come out of here, the first thing they're gonna do is try to place a wall here before you. So if they throw that stair up and you place a wall here and over here, and then they go, you could just edit through, box them real quick, and it's an easy kill. So maybe I'd recommend going for the walls on the sides before going up. You're just gonna have to predict, honestly. That's the best way I do it. I just predict, and most of the time it doesn't work, but sometimes it does. And it makes you look really good, especially when you predict it right. So overall, the best way I say to predict your enemies is just guess, and hopefully you get it right. I mean, it doesn't hurt to guess. But if you're over guessing to the point where you're exposing yourself too much, then definitely don't do that. You still gotta play smart, but also just keep in the back of your mind, you know, what is your opponent gonna do next? What is their next move? Just have that in your mind instead of just trying to go for the kill and chase them anywhere they go. Alright, that's all I have for you guys in this video. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, and if you're new, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I'm announcing the V-Bug giveaway winner on Saturday, so make sure to go sign up for that in my last video if you haven't already. Use supported creator code Obie in the Fortnite item shop. And that's it, guys. Have a great day and peace out.